Hey there. So if you're in Kolkata and you've got big plans to work, study, or maybe do business overseas, you've probably heard this word thrown around. Apostille. It sounds kind of complicated, right? Well, it's a super important step to make sure your documents are actually accepted abroad. But the process, yeah, it can be a real headache. Today, we're going to break it all down for you. What an apostille is, how the official process works, and most importantly, if there's a simpler way to get it done right here in Kolkata.
So here's what we're going to cover. First up, what is an apostille anyway? Then, we'll walk through the official government process, and you'll see why I call it the hard way. After that, we'll look at a much simpler approach. We'll also dive into why a service like Secure Apostille is a trusted choice for so many. And finally, we'll show you exactly how to get started. Let's do this.
All right, first things first. What in the world is an apostille? You can think of it as the golden ticket for your documents, the very first step to taking them global. Does this sound familiar? Maybe you're getting ready to move for a new job or for university. You've got your degree, your birth certificate, all your important papers, and you need to hand them over to some official in another country. If that's you, you absolutely need to know what's coming next. Okay, so here's the deal. An apostille is basically an official stamp of approval. Ever since India joined something called the Hague Convention back in 2005, this one special sticker from our Ministry of External Affairs tells other member countries, hey, this document from India, it's the real deal. It's authentic. It's legally valid. It's a huge time saver because it replaces a way more confusing country-by-country verification process.
And this is what we're talking about. This is what it actually looks like. You can see all the different stamps and signatures, but that one sticker, that's the official apostille from the ministry. That's the price. This is what you need to make your document ready for the world.
Okay, so we know what it is and what it looks like. Now, how do you actually get one through the official channels? Well, buckle up because there's a good reason we're calling this the hard way. The government gives you two main ways to do this. You've got the SDM, or subdivisional magistrate method, and then there's the state attestation method. Both of them will get you to the finish line, but as you're about to see, neither path is exactly a walk in the park.
So let's take a look at path number 1, the SDM method. You can see from this chart it's not just a single step. Your document has to get verified locally, then it needs a notary stamp, then it has to go to the STM for their approval, and only after all of that can it finally be sent to the Ministry of External Affairs for the actual apostille. That's a lot of running around to different offices.
And if you thought that was complicated, just look at path number 2, state attestation. With this one, your documents have to go all the way back to the Home or Education Department of the state where they were first issued. Those departments then have to verify it right from the source, like your university. It just adds so many more layers of time and bureaucracy to the whole thing.
But here it is. This is the biggest challenge for anyone living in Kolkata. After you jump through all those hoops, local, state, whatever, the final, non-negotiable apostille stamp can only be put on your document by one place, the Ministry of External Affairs, which is in Delhi.
So, after seeing that maze of a process, you're probably asking, seriously? Isn't there an easier way to do this? And the answer is yes, there absolutely is. Let's look at how a streamlined solution can cut through all that red tape, right from here in Kolkata. We'll use a company called Secure Apostille Services to see how it's done.
Just look at the difference. Forget those confusing flowcharts. A service like this breaks it down into 4 simple steps. 1. You register online. 2. They come and pick up your documents. 3. They handle the entire complicated process for you. And 4. They deliver the finished apostille documents right back to your doorstep in Kolkata. It's simple, it's secure, and you don't have to go to Delhi.
Now that sounds great, right? Super simple. But let's be honest, we're talking about your original, incredibly important documents. So trust is everything. Let's dig into what actually makes a service like this reliable and gives you that peace of mind. It really comes down to these key things. You get a live online tracking system, so you literally know where your document is at all times. They use a barcode system for every single document, so there are no mix-ups. There's convenient home pickup and delivery, not just in Kolkata, but all over India. You get your own dedicated consultant to answer all your questions. And, most importantly, the whole process is secure and confidential from start to finish.
You know, the best way to know if you can trust someone is to hear from others. And this story from Elwin is really powerful. He says he'd been scammed twice before, so you can imagine how nervous he was. But he found this team to be trustworthy, professional, and true to their word. That's exactly what you need to hear. And what about speed? I mean, we're often on tight deadlines for visas or applications. Well, Aishwarya's experience says it all. They picked up her document, got it apostilled, and delivered it back to her home in just 3 days. That is a huge, huge relief.
And finally, Siddharth just sums it all up perfectly here. Cost-effective, credible, and extremely quick. That's really the trifecta, right? It's what everyone is looking for, especially when you have a deadline looming.
All right, so we figured out what an apostille is, we've seen the tangled web of the official process, and we've looked at a much simpler, trusted alternative. So, what's your next step?
It really comes down to this one question. Now that you've seen the 2 different paths, are you ready to choose the simple and secure route to get your documents ready for their journey abroad?
If the answer is yes, then getting started couldn't be easier. You can call the Secure Apostille helpline at 636-271-9850. Or, if you prefer, just start a chat on WhatsApp at 9036-424-4565. The experts are right there, ready to help you get this done in Kolkata without all the hassle and without the trip. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.